So if you're asking me how I got started with CHAD, about 7 years ago, Tom has been asking me to come and be a part of this program for quite some time. And how I actually got into it is that I actually came over to Charlestown and saw the level of competition. And I think all these kids had a lot of ability, but what they didn't have was someone actually from a professional perspective, also a professional background in the sense that how to help them correct a lot of these mistakes. So with that being said, that day I told Tom I would make a commitment to coming aboard and being a part of this. And since then, this is what we have created. I mean, every kid last year that came to this program ended up being USTA ranked in New England. So that alone within itself is a big accomplishment for the CHAD program. I also think the fact that a lot of these kids are from the city of Boston and haven't gotten a chance to be in a program with such ability and help with mental toughness, video analysis, physical training, all these aspects that it takes to develop a player. I think it is what's bringing them to be a part of this program. But it's giving them the opportunity and a chance to achieve some of their goals that they want to, especially in the game of tennis, which a lot of these kids end up playing as they go on to playing collegiate tennis. Out of this bunch, I think we'll get maybe 2 tennis pros. I think all of them could play collegiate, if you ask me. Mostly D1s and D2s. Some of them will end up playing D3 tennis, but I think the most important thing is that we prepare them for college. In a sense, we prepare them for high school tennis, then collegiate, and then if they want to go further than that, they can do that in the professional world. The fact that they're coming from different parts of the city, Dorchester, South Boston, Jamaica Plain, and it sort of bring them all together at some point between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as you could see, it brings them all together and they get to develop a friendship. So that is also important for the kids being a part of CHAD, very much.
The CHAD program has been really beneficial to me because it's really hard to get good court time around here, and living in Rosendale there aren't many clubs that I can afford and go to and play as much as I can, but this program's been able to help me because I can get a lot of court time and being a lot better, and without this practice I probably couldn't be as good as I am right now.
I'm Desiree Patrice. I have been working with youth since '92. I am USPTR certified, and my purpose here with CHAD is to help the kids out in any way I can, both on and off the court. My main goal is to help keep the kids up off the streets and give them something they can have for the rest of their life. As we always say, tennis is life. Win isn't everything, but here we know nothing better than winning.
CHAD is a great program. It's been the best thing I've ever done for my tennis. I'm here every day. It's helped my tennis in a great way as far as my development goes. Traveling and playing tournaments, I've done really well because of CHAD, and I just hope to continue and get better.
One thing about Charlestown Against Drugs is it's volunteers. In fact, I just thought of it. I met a gentleman from London, England, and he came over to this country to find out about anti-drug organizations, and he interviewed me. And one of the things he was most amazed about is that we were probably in existence 12, 13, 14 years, that we had so many volunteers that started with us, that's still with us. But they make the commitment to the town. If there's an event, there's a woman, Judy Evers, has been there with Charlestown Against Drugs from the beginning. And her and I used to drive around with a banner saying Charlestown Against Drugs and brochures and pop up every place in Charlestown. last night's event, the vigil, the people that they helped make a brochure. There's Crystal Galvin and Jen Kelly worked on it, and Don Young. Some of these people don't live in Charlestown, but they're committed, and they show up. Again, there's no pay. They work very, very hard. And any event we had next Saturday, which is October 26th, is going to be a recovery cookout. It's celebrating sobriety. 2 years ago, on a day like it is today, we had over 200 people. We had round tables set up in the middle of a park. We had a disc jockey who was dancing, and everybody there was clean and sober. And it sent a wonderful message out to the rest of the community. And that's the key to it, is with Charlestown Against Drugs, and then you have a recovery community like we have in Charlestown. I'm hoping that the young people are watching this saying, hey, the smart ones are not doing this stuff. That's the key to it. But the important thing to me is it's just amazing. I've had cancer, I've gone through, and I got restrictions, that the people that stepped up and said, Peter, we'll work with you, we'll do anything you want. And that means people call me up and ask me. It's just a wonderful feeling. To have a program that runs strictly on volunteers. We get funding, and we sent it out there to work with the youth of Charlestown to give them a break, that they may go on with their life. Because I tell them every time I see them that if there's 50 young children sitting there, I said, I bet you the next President of the United States is sitting in front of me. And he says, the next pilot's sitting in front of me, the next professional. But if you go out there and use the drugs, you'll be hanging on a lamppost with the rest of the kids out there, you see. No future. All they got to do is figure out how they get their necks fixed. They don't care.